What's up, YouTube? Today I am going to be showing you how I did the turbo from start to finish. It's not going to be exactly how I did it because I've already got a few things already done as far as the pan and whatnot, any of the special weldings, but I will show you what all special welding is required. And let's just get started. To get started, I'm going to start here, start from top to bottom. Right here, we'll be needing to take these off right here, 12 millimeter bolts. You'll need both a socket with a long extension and a wrench, because this one right here, you can't get to it with a socket. So that one's a pain in the butt to get to. I'm going to go and loosen these and go and take the front bumper off, and I'll get right back with you. Okay, so we got the front bumper off. I got the 5 bolts here unfastened. Next, I got to come up underneath here and take out those 2 bolts right there, and then all this right here should come right out. I did already disconnect O2 sensor, and we'll be screwing that out as soon as we'll get this guy out right here. Alright, these 2 bolts right here are 14 millimeter sockets. Ain't hard to take off. Just make sure you evenly take them off, because they'll just bind up on each other if you don't. Anybody can do this install. It's just, take it from me, for example. I have no shop, very little tools. All you need is a few socket wrenches, possibly a jack to get to the back there. But we'll show you that later on. Just right now, pulling all this off and showing you how all the installs should work. This is a long one. I ain't loose enough yet. That one is though. Tell you the truth, when I started this build, I didn't know exactly what in the hell I was doing. But now I kind of got a good idea on how this stuff works. Alright, so we're going to come up here. All this needs is just a little pull. Slides right out. All the pipe in there. We're going to set this to the side for just a moment. Now this guy is heavy. I'd have to say with all this together, it's a lot heavier than the actual manifold itself that we're replacing. So we're adding just a little bit of weight to it. Not too bad though. I'm going to have to find a way to prop this up, because I need both hands for this to drop in. Car pull it right. That'll work. Make sure all your lines go straight down and whatnot. The return line. This is a pain in the butt, right? Lord, I almost forgot something. Forgot to reset the turbo here. Alright, give me one. Okay, so I want to show you all this before I go ahead and throw it in there. These 6 bolts right here, 6 or 8, I can't remember how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, 6. These are the ones that required to loosen and so I can rotate it. I got a little bit of issue right here, space issue, always space issues, but we can get around that. But you want to put it all in just like this right here, because if you try to put it in into all individual parts, it's a lot harder to get to. This is just the easier method to putting everything in. Now, you will have to fight a little bit because you'll be rubbing up against all this right here. I already had to break a little bit of this plastic on the fan off. I will have to disconnect that because the fans will be rubbing up against the turbo. But that's fine. I've already tested that, tested. I ran it a good, I'd have to say 50 miles, and it never did overheat on me. So it can run with one fan. Alright, I'm going to go and throw this in here, and we'll continue on with the build. Alright, what I'm going to do now is go and connect the oil return line. I've already got all that shit up there in. It was a pain in the butt because of all the clearance issues with the radiator. Well, we got it in there. Later on I will have to go borrow a jack or something because I got to take this off right here and put the other one on. I'll show you in a minute what the difference is between stock and the modified version of it. Let's see what size this is right here. Yeah, it works. 25mm tighten it. Make sure it's all nice and snug. Don't want anything leaking. Alright, we got the return line on. Up next is going to be the oil feed line. Go from here and your oil pressure sensor. That's where I'm going to be pulling the oil from. A lot of people does it from the goes the easy route and pulls it from the oil filter itself, but I'm going the hard route because from what it seems like, it's a shorter travel distance between the oil pressure sensor and the little feed port here. So, give me a minute. No, I'll go get the feed line. Okay, so I've already taken the oil pressure sensor off. I got all these little fittings right here that I have to use, plus the line. So I'm gonna go and use this thread tape here and start threading everything around. I've already got this in pretty good and threaded. This little nut right here, the close in. What that pretty much is as if you're running a twin turbo and running a separate line, but we're not running a twin turbo, we're running a single turbo. And you got all this shit right here. It'll go in like this, and then what? Okay, to leave off from where the freaking camera died, we are to pick up where we left off. We was thread taping everything up here in the oil feed line, putting everything in. Now what I did off camera is just to go ahead and bolt all that together, the down piping and whatnot. And next what I got to do is rewire the whole O2 sensor because they don't make one long enough to reach from the access point here to here. As you can see, I had to clip it off. Yeah, fun. So today I'll be redoing that and taking this pipe off right here and putting a lip on it because I've been having issues with it popping off right here and at the manifold. As you can see, I got a little bend right here where it can't even hold 3 pounds of pressure. So let me I'll get right to it. Alright, so as you can see, it popped off right there too, once, put a nice dent into it. There's a dent from the last time it popped off. So basically the only thing I can do, because I don't have a welder, is to take a wrench and make a little lip right around in here. Do that on the other end too. This guy has been in the way. Not so much that guy, but that guy has. But should be. Yeah, we'll get that done today. Plus the first O2 sensor, the second O2 sensor is fine. But I'm gonna get that in and see how she does. Okay, so I got it pretty much done. I did a little innie lip. I've already got this one on. I had to take the hosing, the clamp from the throttle body off, because this end was a pain in the ass. I stressed that to put on. Of course, I am using rubber hosing, or rubber for the top instead of silicone. It's probably some of my issue if it's slipping off, but it's what I got. I am on a tight budget. But let's put this back on here, see what she does. Alright, we got her all back up, hooked together, nice and tight. I made sure I torqued them pretty good. I suppose now I'm going to crank her up and see if I can't put her under boost. I really don't know if the blow-off valve works, because I have not been able to put the car under any kind of boost. So, give her a whirl. Everything's in order. No leaks. That's good. Previous leakage. Okay, so I got the O2 sensor wired up, ready to go. This was on the Diagnostics before I did the wiring. I'm going to reset it once everything loads. Come on. There we go. Reset. Spare vehicle. And shut off. Okay. There, diagnostics. Yes. And we will start. Readiness monitors. Sensors. What? Reconnect. I recommend this little gadget here. It's OB Diagnostics thing. Carware is what it's called. You can use a car doctor and whatnot. It tells you the intake temperature, the coolant, things of that nature. Runs off of your computer. Got sensors here, engine horsepower, torque. All pretty good. It even tells you can go through here in the files, fuel system status, calculate the engine load, ignition timing, all good stuff. All good stuff. Now then, sensor 2, I'm looking for sensor 1. Sensor 1, right? Wide range. Bank 1, sensor 1. Sensor catalyst converter, bank 1. Okay. And we have voltage. So that's awesome. Got that going. Finally got both O2 sensors working. No check engine light yet. That's sweet. Okay, so as far as engine management goes, it's still untuned, which is why I still have it. Only has a 3-pound spring in. I do plan on getting a coupler put over this right here. That way I can run cold air to the bottom down there. So yeah, it seems to be running fine. No issues there. This is my garage right here. That's what you see. I don't hear any hiccups, no nothing of that nature. I'm going to put up my tools. And then I'll give it a little rev for you from the back end. Y'all just heard it just a few minutes ago when I tested this up here, so I'll give you a rev from the back. that's all I have to show you guys. Personally, my overall rating for the eBay Turbo, it is what it is. It's doing its job. It's giving me boost. Right now, like I said, I can't really push it until I tune it. So, yeah, it is what it is. But when I tune it, I'm pretty sure it'll rip. I've seen people do it, and we'll make it happen. So if you like the video, subscribe, give me a like. I do have a question in the comments. If you know anything that I can do about it. The turbo does smoke a little. When I drive it for a little while and I spool it up, I guess it's getting hot or something of that nature. I don't know what it is. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year.